You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. For years, beagle breeder Ridglan Farms has faced public accusations of animal cruelty taking place at their Blue Mounds facility. Our Kyle Pozorski has worked for months to uncover more about the company and examine those accusations, all as a legal battle against them moves forward.
This is Ridglan Farms, located just outside of Mount Horeb, which has for decades bred and sold dogs to assist in medical research. Along the way, accusations of animal cruelty have been levied towards the company. But it wasn't until a small group broke into the farm in 2017 that those accusations began to ramp up and pushed the public perception of the farm to a tipping point. Wayne Shung is one of 3 activists from the organization called Direct Action Everywhere, or DXE, that went inside, recording this footage and stealing 3 dogs in what's referred to as an open rescue.
The only comparison I have to the experience that I had at Ridglan Farms was being in dog meat markets in China.
He said what the team found and documented was beyond belief.
We saw so many thousands of animals trapped in cages, spinning, clawing at the cage bars. And from the moment I walked in, I could just feel at a deep and visceral level the fear they were feeling.
Following DXE's visit, a lawsuit was brought against the 3 for their actions that day, only being dismissed this past year. While the case is now closed, public pressure campaigns from before and after have continued bringing attention to Ridglan, encouraged by what DXE uncovered. Shortly after the DXE operation, Rebecca Robinson got together a group of friends forming Dane for Dogs.
I thought, this is horrific. This is 30 minutes away from my house. How is this happening?
They began their efforts with a ballot initiative to ban dog breeding facilities from operating in Mount Horeb, which ultimately failed. Since then, other efforts have focused on activism and filing public record requests to see what state and federal regulators have recorded during routine inspections.
We can look at the DATCAP reports and know that the conditions inside of Ridglan Farms are not great.
Kim Krieger, a member of Dane for Dogs, spoke with me about what they have found.
The dogs are in really tiny cages in their own filth, and some of them have medical needs that haven't been tended to. That's all documented in the DATCAP reports.
On its website, Dane for Dogs references many of those DATCAP reports. In one dating back to 2016, the state regulators found noncompliance requiring corrective action. And in more recent visits by the regulators, noncompliance continued to be found. A June 2024 inspection found 1 dog with a ruptured interdigital cyst. For its part, Ridglan Farms has remained mostly private and refrains from speaking directly to the media. I tried for several months to get a representative from Ridglan to speak about the allegations of abuse. But it wasn't until we publicized the airing of this report that their attorney got back to me saying they have lawfully operated for decades. They say in a statement that the company has been breeding dogs to help research and develop new and better veterinary products that benefit your pet dogs. Ellie Hansen, an advocate against dog research, says a push towards changing the way the testing and research industry does business will ultimately lead to dog breeders like Ridglan ceasing to operate.
It's just a matter of changing the regulatory system in this country, basically the FDA, to have them update their policies to make these technologies mainstream.
Right now, a lawsuit continues to make its way through the Wisconsin legal system. It was just a few short weeks ago when a La Crosse County district attorney was appointed to investigate the alleged abuses happening at Ridglan. They tell me they're reviewing everything and beginning to speak to the involved parties. And they continue that right now there is no set timeline on if any charges will be brought against Ridglan. In Madison, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thank you. And to find more of Kyle's reporting, you can head to the story linked at channel3000.com.